A very good day to you all. I am delighted to be part of this webinar today. So I'll just jump right into my presentation. Relevance of partnership and collaboration for professional advancement. My presentation will follow this outline. I'll do a little introduction. I'll speak on types of collaboration, benefits of collaboration, my network of collaborators, gains from my collaborations, identifying potential collaborators, and selling tips on effective collaboration. As a way of introduction, we know that we are all social beings and we are meant to be relational. We are wired to depend on ourselves. We are better when we are together than alone. We cast our mind back to the story of creation. God looked at his creation and said everything he made was good, except man in his alone state. And so God said, it is not good for man to be alone. I will make an help that will partner with him, a help that will collaborate with him, or a help that is meet for him. It's a common saying that two good heads are better than one. And for those of us that are of the Christian faith, we are familiar with the scripture that says, one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. So the impact of collaboration is astronomical, and it creates such positive ripple effects that has immense benefits. Types of research collaborations. So because the greater part of my life has been in the academia, I'll just speak about types of research collaborations. So we could have collaborations within institutions where a person in a particular department can collaborate with the people in his department, or collaborate with those outside his department, but they are in the same institution. Or we could have collaborations with other institutions where a person in one institution is collaborating with people in the same department in another institution, or with people in different departments in another institution. And then we have collaboration with the government. Many times this happens when you are looking at research that borders around policy design, and policy implementation. There's also collaboration with the industry, and this is where real impact happens. And if we do not want our research to remain on the shelf, we must see how that will begin to collaborate with the industry so that our research can have real life impact and real life value. And of course, we can collaborate with people outside the borders of our countries. So what are the benefits of collaboration? One, it brings about more creative and inclusive solutions. It brings about better output with less input. It increases citations. It results in greater impact and exposure. It increases the impact factor of journals. It brings about better funding opportunities. It enhances career mobility and career transition. So this is a map of my global network of collaborators across the globe. And on this map, we see different countries, and they are not just places where I know people, but where I have active collaboration going on in 2025 by the grace of God. And then the gains from my collaboration. Here is a snapshot of my Google Scholar profile. And then here on this, you will see on the side, citations are about 2,300. And then on this side, we see the list of some papers and then the citations. This that we have here is not my sole effort alone, but the collaborative efforts of my research collaborators. My single highest citation on Google Scholar is 225, and it is from a paper in which I was not the lead author, The second highest Google Scholar citation is 116, and in this one also, I was not the lead author. My highest citation in which I was leading is about 49 citations, and without the research collaborations in papers 1 and 2, I would have missed out on about 350 citations. And that shows us the power of collaboration. On this next slide is my Scopus paper. And here again, you see on this page that this first paper listed here, it's published in 2025. It had already gathered 2 citations, but I'm not the lead author in this paper. And if I had waited, if I had not been a collaborator on this author, I would have missed out on this extra citation, which I now have. And that also shows us how powerful collaborations can be. And on this slide, moving further to talk about other gains of my collaboration is this published book. For this book to be published, it required the collaborative effort of several people because it is a book of chapters. So we needed to collaborate with editors, chapter authors, reviewers, and the publisher. And by the grace of God, the book is already indexed in Scopus and all the chapters as well. On this slide, I try to show more about the gains, the benefits of collaborations. Here I show the network which I founded, the Women Academics in Construction Network, which is a capacity building platform for women academics and postgraduate students in the built environment. And the objectives are as listed. As a network, we meet online every month to improve on what we do as teachers and as researchers. The success of our webinars and other programs depend on active collaboration with colleagues from around the world who help link us to seasoned speakers, thereby ensuring that our programs are sustainable and impactful. So how do we identify potential collaborators? A few points. 1, we must define our interests and our goals. 2, we can leverage on the recommendations from our mentors. By attending international seminars and conferences, we can also identify potential collaborators through the use of social networks and also by joining professional research communities. And then I'll quickly talk about some salient tips on effective collaboration. The first is digital presence. So we need to be digitally present. The only way people can know that we are anywhere doing something worthwhile is when they can Google us and see that we can be found. So we need to put ourselves out there on the internet, showcasing our interests, so showcasing our research, and showcasing the good deeds that we are doing. And for us as researchers, there are certain platforms that we should be registered, that we should be on, like Google Scholar, ResearchGate, Orchid, and of course, LinkedIn. And on these platforms, when we register on these platforms, we should try to use keywords that are relatable to the network we want to attract or the network that we're interested in. The second tip about effective collaboration is value. Value is very critical in collaboration. We must bring value to the collaboration table. There must be something we are contributing to the intended collaboration. It may be our expertise in terms of certain skills, such as data analytics skills, project management skills. It could even be our published papers, published in journals or as conference proceedings, and also our patents. So all of these things are currencies that we can bring into our collaboration. By all means, we need to ensure that we add value to collaborations that we are seeking. And the last point I would like to make is the point on people management, also another salient tip when it comes to effective collaboration. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we are social beings and we live in the world of men. So we must learn how to relate well with people. On this point, I would mention four things. One, we need to be very kind and cautious. We should respect people, whether they are our superiors or our subordinates. And we need to treat people the way we want to be treated. The second point I'd like to make in terms of people management is that we should watch out for pride. Pride puts people off. Nobody wants a person who is too full of himself or herself as a team player. Even though pride is a human phenomenon, it is more prevalent in knowledge industries like academia. The Bible teaches that knowledge puffs up. So let's beware of pride, even as we go about our collaborations. The third thing I'd like to mention here is ungodly affinity for money. Money is good, don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't come in the way of our collaborations or our collaborators. We shouldn't try to outsmart people in our team. It may close the door to future collaborations. And the last point on people management is disloyalty. We need to be loyal. We should stick with our collaborators until the end of a project, provided there's nothing in the collaboration that is at variance with our morals and our values. We should not be found crossing labs or hosts while still working with a lab or a host in a current project. And this is particularly important for postdocs and research fellows and also PhD students. Otherwise, we will be seen as people who cannot be trusted, and such things can exclude us from future collaboration. So in conclusion, collaboration is very vital to our career advancement. It has astronomical impact with positive ripple effects. We must be digitally present to be seen. We need to add value and also possess people management skills. Thank you very much.